Oh, hi guys and girls, Emma again. Welcome back to the spare room. Last few days I've been doing these. Some of you might be aware that I come by a couple of sherline chucks. I bought this one, new from Sherline, and a good friend and viewer, David Few, lashed out and bought me the 4-jaw, which was a really nice thing. Thanks, David. Really appreciate that. And I thought it was time to set them up on some arbors and get them to work. So that's what I've done. Bit of work in them. Actually quite a lot of work in them. These arbors are made out of a piece of D2 tool steel. I'm not going to harden them or temper them because of distortion and because they're going to wear pretty well. I've got a drill chuck arbor that I made probably 3 years ago, something like that, and that hasn't got a mark on it any more than it had when I made it. So I think it's going to stand up to anything. And there's no actual wear on these parts or movement. It's just the static parts in the lathe. So what do? We set these up and drilled each end of the piece and set them up between centres and machined these down to size. They're 12.5 to match the collet on the lorch lathe and a 20-degree angle. This is, I believe, 11.5 millimetres. And the other end had to match the chucks. So look, we've machined them to 3/4. Fair bit of swarf come off these. These started off with as 32mm for 36mm bar. I think that's all I could get in the solid. And this is 30mm, so it will all come down to 30, and then it all come down to 20 for the big diameter of the taper, and then all down to 12.5, and then this piece on the end come down to 11.5 with a drive dog. Turn them round, machine the other end, and this piece here. Didn't get any real footage. There's pictures I've got of what I've done. I sent them to John Creasy in Sydney. Big thanks, John, who put the thread on here to match the drawbar. I sent him the old drawbar too, and a thread to match the chucks, and posted them back. He also put keyways in them for the pin in the headstock. I got some thin wall cheap gal pipe, which probably really wasn't ideal. It's got a seam in it, but it's done the job, and it would have been better if I'd lined this seam up with the key, and I didn't think of it until after I'd done it. But if we did that, then we'd know where the keyway was to line it up, but we can't see that at the moment. Anyway, everyone wants to know what they look like on the lathe, so we'll move over here and we'll have a bit of a look. When I bought this machine, this had been drilled out or bored out. Drilled out, I think, or machined out, was a mess to about 3/4 of an inch, because someone thought that was a better idea. I've since found a lot of collets for it, and I've got a lot of accessories for it and bits that fit. So if we have a look, there's a centre goes in there like that. That's one of the lorch accessories. And the draw bolt tightens up there like that and gives you a nice, firm, comfortable centre. this little chuck goes on here. There's a bit of overhang. It's not a heavy duty chuck at all. It's not really going to do a lot of hard work. And same deal, that tightens it up on a taper. We have got a protector I've put over that thread, which I thought was a good idea, just to keep the dust and the dirt out, and a nice thread on the front of the headstock. And that little sherline chuck's in place. Let's go run out. I've measured that to about 1.5 to 2, 1 3/4 probably thousandths of an inch. Pretty happy with that as a 3-jaw chuck that's just on a thread. If there was an adjustable back plate on this, we might have got it quite a lot better, I think, but we're going to live with that. And for the sort of work that we're going to do with it, it's going to be great. This little bezel chuck, you turn this here to adjust the jaws in and out, which is great. And it has 2 pin bars, which I know I'm going to lose if I don't make some sort of handles for them. They go in here like chopsticks, and you use them to tighten this chuck up. So rather than have a key, that's what it's got. And the bezel chuck's quite popular on smaller lathes, and especially on Swiss lathes you see a lot of these. So this is a pretty nice quality thing, and I'm sort of pleased to have it. The chuck, have a look, closes up to pretty much nothing, right in the corner there. These jaws go in the other way around if we need to, so we can hold quite a big disc. I think that on a thin disc, I think that this chuck has more capacity probably than the 3-jaw that I had, which is a Polish one. So pretty pleased about that. All we've got to do is undo the drawbar. And it's come off. And the same deal with the 4-jaw. I guess the next job, and probably I should have made the 3rd one of these, would be to make a nice, about 4.5, 5-inch 3-dog faceplate. That's something that I'd like to do for this, but it's not going to happen just yet. It's a bit of work in something like that. And at the moment I haven't got time, but one day I would like to have that. So this little 4-jaw is really nice to use, smooth as. The only real problem I've got with it yet is that it's supplied with an Allen key instead of a key, which is good, and it's reasonably sensitive, but I would like I'm either going to buy a T-handle, a T-handled Allen key, or I'm going to make a decent tooth knob that I can get hold of so that we can adjust this. Is probably the easiest way. This Allen key tends to stick out too far and in the way every time I go to put it in. For instance, it won't clear will just clear the bed, but it doesn't always clear here. It's a bit of a nuisance, so we're going to do something about that. So that's what I've done the last couple of weeks. There's no real machining in this video. I just wanted to show people how they look and how they fit. This has got to be as accurate as I could get it, and it's not much fun filming this with someone looking over your shoulder all the time. When time's a little bit short, like it has been the last little while. That's going to change. A couple extra days off this week, which is really nice. And we will get time to do jobs like this and film them, but this one I've just done, and I'm really pleased with the outcome. So thanks for watching. Thanks everyone for all the support. Huge thanks to David Few for this chuck. And a huge thanks to John Creasy for making the threads on these. He doesn't know what he's let himself in for, but at this point this is a really nice addition to this lathe, and it's one of the things I can cross off the list. There's a dozen little jobs that need to be done. We need to fix a steady, we need to make oilers, there are things that need to be done. It needs a live sander, and a lot of them have been going on for quite some time. So we'll get onto them and we'll get them done. But thanks heaps for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Hey, check out my Patreon videos. A new one up in the next few days, I hope. And more soon, guys and girls.